I'm sorry, I forgot to let you see how I was getting this pudding together. This pistachio, I don't know what you call it, pudding. So anyway, yeah, I've already got my Cool Whip. Oh, I don't know if we're allowed to say brand names. I already got the whipped cream and crushed pineapple in here, and then I will be putting mini marshmallows in the middle because I like to play with my food. And then I'll do another layer on top, maybe swirl or mix it or something. So the whipped cream, the pineapple, and the pistachio pudding mix. Okay, I was going to say, I keep losing track of what I'm doing exactly. But this is what it's going to look like when it's done, basically. And then I'm going to crush up some sugar cookies, make sugar cookie, not little tiny crumbs, but kind of morsels, crumbs, and put those on top. All right, so I'm getting ready to put the marshmallows in the center of that. I'll just get this open. All right, they just really make these so you don't want to get into them or can't get into them, don't they? Oh, I'm not sure how many is supposed to go in here, but there's 3 things of whipped cream topping. You know, the ones in the bowl that come out of the freezer section or whatever. And then there's 2 regular and 1 extra creamy that's going to get mixed with what was left here of that second bowl of regular. And then I don't know how liberal I need to be with those marshmallows. Dropped a couple on the floor. I need to pick those up so I don't step on them and get myself all messy. Hold on a second. No, I can't use that. I'll use my popular ice cream milkshake spoon to distribute those where I want those. Probably can't see the way I had the phone before, so it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, I know that. You know that. So don't expect anything I do to be perfect. I never claim to be perfect. And I still don't claim to be perfect, that's for sure. Let's see if we can get some over here. I'm going to pick the camera up maybe and get a different view. Can you see there? And then spread those out. Then I got to mix 1 more batch of that up, and I'll have 1 1/2 to go over the top. And then the cookie crumbs. The cookie crumbs I should have put in the middle, but they would get soggy. So it's marshmallows, second layer, and then cookie crumbs. Okay, so I'm not going to have you watch everything I do from start to finish, but I'll begin with the rest of this bowl, and then I'll whip up that next bowl. It's going to be extra creamy, and then I'll just take a knife and do some sort of a swirl blend type thing. I might do a thin layer of this and then do the next one over top, and that will blend them nicely for me. I don't think you can see it though. You can see this, but you can't see that, but I'll show it to you here in a second. I only have 2 hands, haha. And I'm running an hour or 2 behind because of I didn't know I had to get up so early to begin with, and trying to catch up on my sleep, and then I realized I had more on my plate than I knew I had. All right, so here we go. So can you see this? And then I'll take the back of the spoon, and this is what was left of that second mix. These are the 2 regular whipped toppings, and the next one will be made with extra creamy and put on top of that. And I'll be back when I'm ready to do the cookie crumbs. Well, okay, so anyway, I thought it might be fun to see me put this together. I'm on the last one. I'm going to go to the sink to open the pineapple, though. Okay, so, whoops, almost put the wrong thing. So, yeah, you can't see that over there. So, the fluffy whipped topping here. Then the crushed pineapple. Yeah, I'm sort of a perfectionist. I'm not going to work that hard at it. I'm done with that. So the Cool Whip I had froze. It wasn't completely thawed, so I had to set it out. But when I use the canned pineapple, which is warmer, it sure helps to soften that and blend that cool. I keep saying that refrigerated whipped topping, frozen whipped topping up. I might have to do some bleeps. I don't know. I'm just doing the best I can. Okay, so this is the last one. It's the extra fluffy or creamy. I have to put the pudding in here. That's what's missing. Let me go back here and grab that. I moved those. And since it's just a Sunday school class about the size of 50 people, maybe 30, depends on how many show up. It might only be 20 or 25 if people are out of town. So hopefully this one tray is going to be enough. I'm going to make a well, like you do with mashed potatoes and gravy. I'm going to put a well in the center of this to put the pudding in. There we go. And then I have to stir that all up, blend that all up. And then I think my spoon might have been turned backwards. First I fold, that way it moistens the pudding powder, the sugar, so it doesn't do all that poofing up all over me, the table, and the floor. And once I get that folded in, then I can start stirring it up. See, if I was at home, I'd probably be using a mixer, but I'm not at home, so this will have to suffice. And I'm going to have to grab something from my schedule, because obviously I'm not going to get everything covered. And I need to just make sure I have the top few things covered. I already bought all those veggies, so the veggie tray for the dinner tonight was imperative, because I don't want to throw a lot of veggies away. And then this pudding, the Cool Whip whipped cream I could have left in the freezer. I think, does everybody just call their whipped topping, no matter what type it is, or what brand it is, or even the generic? Do y'all still call it that? I mean, I do, because for one thing, it's in the freezer, comes out of the refrigerator, or you store it in the refrigerator, so it's still cool no matter what you do. Unless you forget and leave it out and then have to throw it away, because you left it out too long. Okay, so now we have our pineapple, and we have the whipped topping, and it's extra fluffy, which I just love. It really goes on easy on the top of the other layers. So I use the other spoon to get it out of the bowl. Here's some that didn't get mixed in. Give me just a second. Shouldn't see any of the green powder, shouldn't see any dark green, even though it looks light coming out of the boss. When it gets damp, it looks like a dark green. So you stir that, and you make sure you don't have any. See off to the side right there? Dark green. Any of that on the sides of the bowl. Now I'll check the bottom of the bowl. Make sure I have all that. So now we're basically ready. Almost. I see some more green over on this side. And I'm starting to have trouble with my fingers. I guess it might be arthritis at my age and from all the accidents, falls, or whatever, injuries over all the years. And just, maybe by this age, you just, you develop it anyway. I know some people who have had arthritis since even their 20s and 30s. Just not everybody, but some. All right. That's the stirring blending spoon. Let me drop that in that other bowl. A spatula would be a nice thing to have, but I don't know that he has those things. I don't have time to look for them, and if they're not too spiffy clean, I don't have time to be washing utensils. So I'm sticking with what I have that I know is okay, in good shape, and it will work for this job. Now, since I'm over here, the bowl's over here, I'm going to move this over here. For one thing, I dripped pineapple juice right there. I've got to get that out of that one spot. Whoever likes pineapple is going to love that one spot. Now, I got to think if I got everything I need. And fold flop that into the bowl. Oh man, you can't see the bowl, can you? I thought I had that set up so you can see what I was doing. What happened? Now can you see it? That was a little frustrating. Well, I was folding and then flipping into the container because I want to try to get an even amount spread over top of what I had in there already, because we wanted to hide, like a marshmallow treat or treasure, we wanted to hide those marshmallows in the center. And I want the extra fluffy on top. It's easier to spread, and it just adds to the mix. If somebody does happen to stir it or something, if I decide to take a knife to it and swirl it or anything, it depends how the cookie crumbs, it depends on how it all goes on. And right now it's just kind of going on, so I'm pretty happy with how it's working out. I don't think I've made this since 70s or 80s. A lady, the night we were working on the peanut butter bars, wrote down the ingredients for me. It was 1 for 1. 1 topping, whipped topping, 1 box of pudding. There, I get that corner. I don't know if you can see that corner. I'll just show you when I'm done. Anyway, just smooth it out, use the back curvy spot. This is the spoon that's a little more flat on the top, curved on the bottom. So when I want to get in a corner, let's say if I want to get a corner, I can just do that, and with that almost corner of the spoon, put that right in there, and then see, you won't see the marshmallows, they won't be exposed. And then I can just put that on there. I'll leave it a little rough because I like it to look like if you're in the mountains and the snow peak or something. All the snow's not just smooth, you know, it's peaky, like drifts and stuff like that. And then what happens, I don't know where it left off, but what happens is if I leave those little peaks in there, rough spots, when I put those cookie crumbs in there, they will stay in place. Well, I could try to get perfection, but I'm not going to. I don't believe there is. All right, we're going to pick up where we left off because it stopped at probably too much, not enough room, data, whatever. Anyway, yes, I'm finishing it up. I can't remember what was in the last clip before it cut me off, but I'm getting ready to crush up the cookies and sprinkle them on top, and then I'll be back when I'm ready to do that. All right, so here we go. We're ready to crush up these cookies. I should have my the holiday Christmas cookie shirt on, but I'm not going to change just for this. So store-bought sugar cookies, got a really good deal. They were half off, and I thought this was a perfectly good use, so I'm not sitting here eating these cookies myself. I'm going to break them up. I have no idea how many I'm going to need to top that. And then I'll use this bottom of this cup here for any finer crushing if I need finer crushing. And that will save me some time. Oh, once again, we're not centered. I have to move this so often. Is that centered? Oh well. Y'all gonna have to bear with me. Anyway, so yeah, I love Christmas cookies. I'd like to say I love sugar cookies, and I really do love homemade, from scratch sugar cookies. Wow, I'm not even showing up in here, am I? Wow. Well, when I do this next time, we're going to have to, yeah, push that back. or I'm going to have to work on the very edge over here if I can without knocking things over. That's probably about all of these I can get in here without maybe tipping the bowl over or making a mess. So maybe I'll go ahead and just keep using my fingers for a bit. Make some of the bigger pieces smaller. So choices of sizes of pieces of cookie to put in, sprinkle on top of that pudding mix. I think these are too large. And then let's see. Somehow, I swear it keeps like sliding on me or something. I don't know. Anyway, so that's smaller, but I think that's still too large. I want something about that size, I think. I want you to be able to crunch it, but I don't want it too large. So, alright, so this is what I'm going to work on, and then I'll get that back out of the refrigerator, and you can watch me sprinkle those on top, but I'm not going to take up too much time, yours or mine, in this, and then I'm going to have to push this back again, evidently. Okay, I'm back now. Here we go. There it is. And there's the spoon and the cookie crumbs, and we're just going to lightly sprinkle them over the top. I think my hands would be faster, but they're not quite all the way dry from doing the dishes, so I try to clean as I go. I'm just one of those people. I just like to clean as I go because I don't want the mess when I get home. The last thing I want to do is come home to dishes to do, or a floor to sweep them up. Like, I did that for too many years after too many people over the years, through the years. Not complaining because I love my people, but now I pushed that back and it's still showing I'm too close. I'm going to have to mark me a line like in basketball and be like, this is as far as I can get. And then this is going to have to be, actually I must have turned it a little slanted sideways. And I have to watch where I step because right underneath is a register from the forced air furnace. And it's an old trailer. Last thing I want to do is step in one of those, break it. Well, that's a big piece. Somebody's going to enjoy that. Now, too bad I'm not doing this live. I'd be asking questions like, how many or how much should I put on here? I think I'll turn it because it's like I've got a lot on both ends. I don't have hardly anything in the middle, and on the side in the middle. But you know, I haven't cooked, baked, or done anything in so many years and so long, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Besides being a bit shaky, I think stress, pressure, so much to do in so little time to get her done. I do need to be able to get clear from the town I'm in now to almost an hour away by 2 o'clock, and I haven't even got the gift, got it wrapped, since I forgot about it because of everything else going on. You know, the hubby with his heart problems and being in the hospital and running back and forth, trying to take care of 2 places for what, a week now? And still trying to keep previous appointments, event schedule and stuff like that where I can. Like, I'm knocking one thing off today. I may end up knocking 2 things off today because I haven't done this. I don't know how long it was going to take. I just hope it turns out nice and somebody likes it. Let's move some of these larger ones around. There's some bare spots, and that's a perfect place to put the larger ones. I really was trying not to use any more cookies than that. So I think it's going to be okay just the way it is. And I'm too close again, aren't I? I am so sorry. That's like me turning my back on you guys, and I don't mean to do that. I think I have everything set up, and then I move, or the phone's sliding a little bit here and there. I don't have a stand for my phone anymore. And I didn't want to move a lot of his things on his table. I'm trying to work with what space I have without messing things up for him. Nobody wants to come home from the hospital and see somebody's made a mess of their place. And I'm supposed to be here to help make it better, not worse. Okay, well, here again is the issue of, do we want to be a perfectionist? And no, I don't. So, there's kind of a big crumb. We'll put that there, we'll put that there, and move that over. And I'm thinking I'm just going to quit and call it good. Show you can basically see what it looks like, but that's the finished product. And I need to get my lid on it and get it back in the fridge. So this is a new set. Bill just happened to have this. It needs to dry. It needs a little drying. It's still wet from where I washed it. It was a new set, but I always try to wash and rinse to get manufacturing whatever residue there might be on things off. Okay, and let's see this side first, because you want the part where you pull up on it to open it at the far end. There we go. All nice and pretty. Not exactly red, green, or blue Christmas colors, but it's, yeah, it's pretty still. So that's gonna go there. Veggie trays in here. I'll show you what I do with that. So there that is, with the ice on it. I'll take that on out to the vehicle. It's probably still only maybe 40 outside. And clean up my mess. And I guess that's it. And hope y'all have a wonderful day.